This morning, come here, Spur. Come here, Spur. Come on, Spur. Come here, girl. Well, this morning, all my cattle are right here. And I got all my dogs out, so we'll just let them all go to it here. I'll just ask them to gather them up here and bring them right to me here. Hunt them up. Right through the dog graveyard. Hey, line. Hey. Line, get back. All right, there's the fighter. We'll see how they handle her. Line. Line doesn't want to go back there to her. Line, get back. Oh, the little guy, he goes in under the, he can't reach the water, but he can go underneath the electric fences to get to the haystack. Good. Now Spur. Line. Let's see how they do on the old fighter. Good. Dot. Good. Line. Good dog. So we'll just let them bring them up here closer. We'll get them all gathered up here. All right, real good. This is a real nice thing about dogs. Gathering dogs is they can bring cattle to you, and then they should learn to just hold them here now. And now maybe they'll just leave them alone now. I'll Spur. Good. Now they should just back off and hold them. Good. Red, he decided he didn't want to do anything. He just, when there's too many dogs, he doesn't work. Come here. I will. Without saying anything, I'll just head off this way. Now, really it works best just to walk off, but I have to turn to have the camera see, so I'll have to walk backwards. And they should just bring them along. Spur. And then when I stop, they ought to just back off the pressure. When I stop and look at them, that ought to be a sign that that's enough. Now Spur. Got to watch for my bull. Good. Now the big dog's going to help. Now as I walk along here through the brush, the dogs just know to bring the cattle with me. And try to keep them from doing too much. I'm going to try to put my hat on backwards. See how that works. Now, somebody just walks along here, they just see my hat on backwards and think I'm crazy. Which I might be. They might be right. But here I'm just walking off. Experimenting here. See if my dogs would just bring them along. Now we'll go to this little flat spot here. I'll have them bring them in here. Without saying anything, they should just understand. When I turn and face them and stop, they should just stop like Line did right there. Silver stopped. That's all real good. So they know when I turn and face them, that's enough. Now if I, hey big guy, if I, hey, puddles, you quit. So if I had to doctor something or treat something here, now my cattle are all right here, I could just rope one. It'd be no problem. And this is, you know, whether you had 12 head or 50 or 100 or 500, they ought to learn to just hold them up there and just stop without me having to tell them. And that's it's one of the things, like when you're with dogs all the time, like they stay in the house, they live with me, they don't just come out of the kennel, so they understand, and they can learn this if they are in the kennel. But these dogs really understand my body language and what I want, and so they just hang out there, hold them up. And now I'm gonna put my hat on backwards again, and I'll just walk off. And they should just go around, like we'll see Line, she's gonna go around behind them. Red's gonna stay with me, protect me. And then we'll just walk off and we'll see if they come. See if they bring them along. And now my cattle I got my lead heifer, so she's pretty good about coming too. So my hat's on backwards again. I'm just walking off. And they should bring them along with me. I'll turn around and see what they're doing. We'll let them bring them right here. And now when they get here, they're going to want to go through the gate, the cattle are. We'll just see if they understand to hold them up here with me. I'll just position myself over here, and that should send the Line around the other side. They'll just hold them up right there. All right, now I'll walk off again, and I'll put my hat on backwards. And we'll go across this ice and see if the dogs, without me telling them to, just bring them along. Now Spur's back there, and she's probably doing a little too much. Right here, we'll hold them up at the gate. My dogs ought to just stop. They should see that this is time to stop. They got to learn to just hold up there. I can hold these guys up at the gate. See if Silver stops. Lines out a little bit. Very good. The old hook and cow send them out a little farther. That's good. Real good dogs. Okay, now we'll just turn around and we'll walk off again. And now the dogs should just understand that means to bring the cattle with me. We'll just let them work on their own and bring these cattle. They're doing just fine. Sounds like they're coming pretty fast. Now we'll let them. Now they should go out and bring them back. They should just balance on me. I'll turn my hat around and bring my. They should send these cattle in behind me. Not let them get up. So Line, she just went up a little bit. Now Spur did a little too much there. So in that case, if they get going too fast, I'll just turn around and walk the other way, and they should bring the cattle back to me. And this is what gets cattle that want to trot off and leave you. This is what, so that Silver didn't make the transition. See, that's what gets cattle where they're trotty. If their cattle are trotty, instead of trying to get out there in front of them, just ride around or walk around this way and get the cattle bent back to you. Then they get to where they aren't running off and running by you so much. Okay, now we'll just go, we'll make a little walk down here to the hay. We'll see how this works. Now, I don't like being this way because that bull might hit me in the behind. But that's a real good deal. Now we'll just ask them to stop again. There. Silver. There. Silver. There. Now we'll just stop. Now, being I put them down and said there, then they should stay. All right, you can get ahead. There. But see, when I start giving commands, then they get in a working mode. All right, now I'm just gonna turn around and walk the other way, and I'll just, now they should go around and place themselves to bring them again. Cattle are trotting off. I'll just stop, and they'll have to stop them. Even the big dog's helping. Good dogs. Good, and spurs on the outside of the fence, so that helps my situation quite a little bit. Good, now as I come around again, the cattle are stopped. Now the dogs should just come back around and bring them with me. They're moving them a little too fast. So I'll just come back here. If you had a long ways to go, now let them stop them again.